What's up, Pawn family? Welcome to the live Friday. Got some big news for you guys today. First of all, let me know where you're joining me from in the comments. Let me know what store you're with. This is going live on my personal inside the group as well. So happy to see a bunch of people here live with me already. I've had this idea in my head for a while. I have wanted to say these things to the pawn industry for a long time, but instead of just saying them, instead of doing lives time after time after time, we created something for the pawn industry I think is going to be transformational. My goal is to help transform the pawn industry one pawn shop at a time, and to do something that came up about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I woke up and I thought to myself, 5 years ago when I started the Pawn Leaders, what I wanted to do was to transform the pawn industry. And why? Because I saw my father work his ass off and then he got sick. I saw, my grandfather, I saw other pawnbrokers being unhealthy and overweight and just stressed and overwhelmed, everything to be able to grow this pawn business. And I didn't want that for anybody anymore. So I woke up and the thought process was leave no pawnbroker behind. So first of all, I see VA Baby, North and V. What's up? Paymaster Pawn and Jewelers, Rockford, Illinois. Thanks for being with us. The Schoenberg family, what's going on? Mr. Cash Pawn Shops is here as well. Thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you guys a quick question before I show you what I've got for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, in your pawn industry, in your pawn shop, how do you think you're currently doing? 10 being epic, amazing, everything is incredible. 1 being, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments how you think you're currently doing. And the reason I'm asking this is because I've had thousands of phone calls with pawn shops. I've coached hundreds of pawnbrokers now. And what I'm realizing is that a lot of pawnbrokers are not doing as well and they're afraid to say it. Some are doing really, really bad and they're terrified to raise their hand. And some are doing amazing, and that's okay as well. But my fear is that there's a lot of pawnbrokers who aren't raising their hand because A, they can't afford to make an investment to bring out a consultant to their store or to come into the mastermind, whatever that is. B, they say they don't have any time, whatever that is, right? There's a lot of frugality in the pawn shop. I'm not going to say cheap anymore. Somebody said, we're frugal and we're not cheap. But the truth is that a lot of times when you don't invest in yourself, you're losing out and you're leaving tons of money on the table. Somebody asked today on Facebook what the best investment for my business was. And for me, that was investing in myself, investing in learning, marketing, leadership, and strategy. So with that said, I'm going to show you guys a video of my thoughts, my feelings over the last 4 years in pawn. And I hope you enjoy. And then I'll come back afterward to have a conversation. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mediocre Pawnbroker. There is an epidemic in the pawn industry like we have never seen before. An epidemic that hasn't shown its ugly head for many, many years. An epidemic that is destroying the pawn industry from within. That epidemic is the mediocre pawnbroker. The mediocre pawnbroker does not care about its culture or being an incredible leader to its team. The mediocre pawnbroker keeps saying that this is how it's been done for years and keeps doing it the same way, even though it's destroying everything inside. The mediocre pawnbroker doesn't care of the story it's telling or the perception it's giving to the people, causing your business to suffer. The mediocre pawnbroker doesn't care about using strategy to grow their business, but rather all they care about is how much money is in the bank. But we've had enough with this type of pawnbroker. We've had enough with mediocrity. and it's time to lead. Pawn family, today is the official launch of the Pawn Syndicate. And the Pawn Syndicate is a group of pawnbrokers who are going to come together to learn how to stop being a mediocre pawnbroker. Now, what does that mean? What is a mediocre pawnbroker? A mediocre pawnbroker is somebody who keeps doing the things that they've always been doing, hoping that there's a new way to make money. The mediocre pawnbroker is somebody who isn't learning leadership and building the culture and doesn't know the marketing tactics to be able to drive traffic into their store, but is still sitting there saying, something's not working. The mediocre pawnbroker is destroying the image of the pawn industry as a whole. And the truth, for years, I was a mediocre pawnbroker. And you might be one too, and that's okay. You see, the Pawn Syndicate is going to take you from mediocre to grow your marketing, your leadership, and your strategy. And it's going to do it at a price that it's unheard of. For $97 a month, which is the founder's price. It's only open to the first 100 people who signed up and until the 15th of this month. We're going to take the group of pawnbrokers and take them to the next level. And I get emotional because I wish that I had something like this when I was a pawnbroker. I wish that my father had something like this when I was a pawnbroker, to be able to learn how to take it to the next level. Had a conversation today with people in the Facebook group, and you're probably on here, saying how this won't work and that won't work, yet we do it. I've done it with my clients and it's made them tons of money. The other day, one of the clients said that because of the Facebook Lives, they've bought over $30,000 of merchandise in the last 2 weeks. Another, over $1 million in online sales because of it. This stuff works. The thing that's not going to work is if you don't do the work. Now, you can sit there and still say, this isn't the time. This isn't the right thing. Or you can jump in and you can attempt to learn something new, which I know is working for the pawn industry. Most of the pawn leaders, clients that we have, already have their pawn balance back, if not pretty close to it. Most of them are taking more vacations, building a better team. I do not want you to lead a mediocre life. And if you lead a mediocre business, you are going to lead a mediocre life. I'm emotional about this because I set out 5 years ago to do something in the pawn industry that wasn't just about teaching you metrics or helping with the, politics, but it was transforming who you are as a person within the business so that your business transforms and then your family life transforms and your health transforms. But if you're not willing to tell the truth of where you are today, then doing the work is crucial, because it's time to take the step and to jump into the syndicate. This is a passion project we've been working on for the last 3 months. And some of you might be confused with what, I've had Boost and Mastermind and Masterclass and those types of things. So let me quickly tell you the difference. The Mastermind is top level. They get tons of time with me. The syndicate is where I want people to start, to get the foundation of what they need to learn to take that next step. The syndicate at $97 a month currently, I'm going to teach you skills that have never been taught in the pawn industry. skills that are going to take your business to grow your loan balance. We've doubled loan balances. We've doubled sales. We've had people let go of pawn pirates and bring in new team members. And all you have to do is be courageous enough to take a chance on yourself. But if you don't believe in yourself, this probably won't work. If you don't trust yourself, this probably won't work. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, Gal, I've had people come in and try to help me before, and it hasn't worked. I promise you, this is a whole different ballgame. When you join the Pawn Leaders family, we don't let you slide. You're going to grow. You're going to build a better business, and in turn, be able to spend more time with a family that you love and that you want. In its name, the syndicate is a group of people coming together for the greater good of everybody, not just one person. This is for the greater group, the greater good of the group. So if you've always been like, hey, I want to work with Igal, but that program might be out of reach or it's not in the time, this is the time, because I promise you the price is going to go up. And when you go up and you call me and you send me a private Facebook message, say, hey, Igal, I saw it, and can you give me a discount? The first thing I'm going to say is absolutely not, because my integrity is worth a lot more. But what I'm seeing is a mediocrity in this industry that is unprecedented because we've gotten comfortable. You've gotten comfortable. We saw this with the pandemic. People were crying for merchandise, yet today people are having arguments, or do I ponder this or do I buy this? People are talking about how I don't want to do this service because it costs too much money, yet because they don't know what their customer acquisition cost is and their average customer value is and the value of that service when you bring people through the door. This is the type of thing that we're going to teach. We're going to have more people walk into your business, guaranteed. You're going to stress less, guaranteed. If you've ever taken a course with me, if you're in the mastermind, in the chat box, just say yes if what you've learned has made a big difference and a big shift in your business. And I'm looking at you straight at the camera because I know that as pawnbrokers, we're skeptical. We are so skeptical. Why? Two reasons. One, we think that people are out to screw us all the time. That might be true in your business. And two, we're used to handing money and getting a product, or giving a product and getting money. And this isn't, you can't grasp coaching and the idea until you're making way more money. So for those of you who answered yes, thank you. This is something that I don't want to only work with 30 people. I want to work with thousands of people in the pawn industry and make that difference, that if you work with me and the neighbor works with you, the pawn industry grows and you both make a ton of money. So ladies and gentlemen, visit us at pawnsyndicate.com. It's only going to be open for a certain amount of time to a certain amount of people. And if you have 3 balls like your logo shows on your building, in your print material, on your contract, it's time to pick them up, put them on the table, and invest in you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love you all. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. But everything is on that webpage. All the questions are answered. And this isn't a contract. If you think I'm an idiot, just let me know and you can leave. The clock is ticking. I'll talk to you guys soon. And please do not settle for mediocrity.